Guys, it's Ricky, and on this particular video I wanted to talk about this Mboro thing right now happening, of him announcing that his church is possibly closing his church and all that entire jazz and whatnot. And so I want to talk about a subject that has been in my mind for some time, but I was just thinking about it particularly towards other people. And so yesterday he made this video announcement. He made it about, we no longer have a sound system and all that entire jazz and all that. And he said because of this, there was also videos that were circulating of him praying about the schools and saying these particular schools, he wants justice. So there was a video where he was kneeling outside where this church is, and someone was filming him, and then he walks up to them and starts talking to them. So there was a video like that. Now on this video, we are talking mainly about this situation. You'll remember when he came out of the court, he said, he's not going to be chasing anyone down. People that burnt his church, it's fine, it's all good. And he said, it's all good, it's all good. We move. So I was like, oh, okay. Mboro has forgiven the people that burnt his church. But that's probably because he expected this to go a certain way. Back of his mind, he thought this would build back his image to people, and it will allow him to build back his church. Mboro used to have a very big church with over 20,000 followers and what. So right now, when he's closing, let's look at the pattern of what has happened. And personally, I call it the judgment of integrity. Call it the judgment of integrity. I call it the judgment of integrity is because now it's no longer us now talking about the dodgy things that you represent or the things that you do that represent not being Christian. No, it's now that now you are in a position where God himself is making sure that everyone has a clear picture, like that they have no excuse. They have zero excuses. When Mboro was arrested, we saw people who claim to be pastors and who claim to be Christians. We don't know what you are. You. We saw you there. Yes, we saw all of you. We just didn't talk about all of you. We saw all of you. Don't think you are hiding. We just left you because you clever. You guys were clever. A judgment of integrity. It's God himself. You see what happened when Demas left Paul? Judgment of integrity. It means the truth becomes too heavy for you to carry, so you have to abandon it to something else. Something else becomes priority over truth. So people were over there. A clear subject. A person was in a school with kids threatening teachers that he will pangarize them. And you guys were saying, I stand with. So now, that's how I see it. Right? That's how I see it. You can tell me what you think about it. For me, this is a judgment of integrity where God himself extends a hand to those that might be deceived, or those that keep telling themselves or pushing themselves towards deception that this is the end of the road. There's nothing else here. You've told yourself that this is true. This is the end of it. This is where the nonsense stops. This is where claiming you are a Christian while you are doing this or while you are supporting this, this is where that stops. Think about TB Joshua. Before TB Joshua supposedly died, TB Joshua lost his platform. It's first thing. That was the first thing that happened. He lost his platform. When he lost his platform, then not long after that, there was the water thing that he started with the COVID. And you will remember around that same period, there was the issue of Hillary Clinton. He had said Hillary was going to win. She didn't win. Okay? And so around that time, there was this whole thing that happened, all these things that happened in a series. And all these things showed and exposed. There was even an exposure of a helicopter fake prophecy, which they had completely cooked. When you see the full video compared to the one that came out, you realize, hey, they are cooking things here. Strong. So right after, that's when he supposedly dies. So before he died, there was this mark, and before you knew it, the BBC thing comes out. And so his entire supposed Christian image, which was fake, completely gets dealt with, right? If you can hear kids singing, don't mind, they're sitting at my door. Okay? And so as a result of the cold hard blindness of people, there are certain times when God will do something drastic in the life of a person, especially a leader, so that the people that are deceived by them have no excuse. They have zero excuse. You saw it with Bushiri. You saw it with the Al Jazeera thing. And then now we had it with Mboro. He did what he did over there, and then clear cut. Somehow it ends up with his church being banned, and so he has nothing to go back to. So now he's scrambling for whatever works so that he can. There was a period when Mboro was trying to boost back his page. He would be putting sponsored pages, sponsoring every single post that he makes. He thought maybe it will make him more visible. I don't know if he has friends with journalists from Daily Sun. They will keep posting him. Everything that he does, they'll be posting and posting and posting and posting. Why? Because he felt like being in the public's eye will build back that image. That's not it. The Bible says they labor in vain if the Lord does not build. It's not a joke. It says they labor in vain, meaning all the efforts that they pull together will meet to nothing. Y'all stop playing with God, man. Other than claiming you are Christian when you know very well that dodgy as dodgy man can be, doesn't work. It will not fly. And so now, when he's here claiming that he's going to close his church and stuff like that, is because I believe when this entire thing of the school happened and the pangas, he felt that was it. He felt that's it now. Now we can build back. You heard it when he went to McGee's podcast. He said they asked him, "Who is a true pastor then?" He said, "No, you will see the true pastors by the ones who come and meet with me, or the ones who agree with me." How do you define truth like that? Now truth is defined by the people that align with you. You're not interested in truth. You are only interested in building yourself. No, he says, no, all these things, we must build each other. And then the other interviewer from the Gospel podcast, he said, but you can't be supporting false pastors and helping them build back their image when they are doing false things. And then his reasoning around it was just weird. These weird things. You're willing to support Charlie's and help Charlie's. He says, no, we are building the name of Christ. You are building what name of Christ? That's a mark. If you sat down and you thought about it, there's been several where you've seen a judgment of integrity right before your face. Where a person, something very clear, God uses it to show this person is not true. This one is not a true man of God. And now the people that continue to follow that person, it becomes very much clear that these people are not interested in truth. It's almost like a seal of truth pertaining them. It becomes a seal of truth because at that point, God has shown you by all means that there is no God here. And this is what, for me, this is what this is. This whole thing of Mboro closing his church is that he felt like he could get away from the stigma. No, you've never been a true man of God. Like, clear. You've never been a person who is biblically upstanding. No, you've never been that guy. You've never been that guy. And so as a result of that, why is it that we must take you serious? Never take you serious. Get your doctrine straight. And this is also a reminder for these people that keep thinking that, you can blindfold people and keep going. Look at Pastor Chris, same thing. Judgment of integrity. He allows certain type of people next to him, and you have to sit back and ask, Haibo, what's this? What is going? It's a judgment of integrity. Over time, God shows it so that people can be very clear that they are not interested in the truth. Strict Reality Show, daily Christian commentary. If it's the first time over here, we show. Check out some other videos that are down in the pinned comments. Ooh, wait for it. You will see Bushiri. Bushiri is going to react to this one. I'm telling you, he's going to love this news. Mboro is closing his church. Whether he wants to move to another location, whatever, Bushiri is going to love this one. He's going to definitely react. I'll see you guys on the later on. Y'all have a good one.